Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Woohoo! Man, we've got some epic stuff in this video, so stay tuned through the whole thing. We'll have the timestamps, of course, but the Hex God Whale has moved into PulseX Sacrifice into #1 spot. So we're going to talk all about that later. Stay tuned for that. It's pretty epic. And of course, the sacrifice is around about 250 million US dollars for PulseX already. Amazing. Let's go. Hex Day, number 761, hot off the press, 1st of January 2022. Welcome to a new, fresh year. Let's make the best of it. And here we are, the price snapshot of 24 hours, 23.9 cents, down 16%. So we had 3 down days today. And of course, we've broken that upside. But is this the bottom? We will find out. So I think it's pretty much the bottom. But once again, we've got a lot of supply that's come out through the stakes. Today is the last day, the day that just finished. That was the last big stake candle. We're going to go check that during the live stream, so stay tuned for that. There's lots to talk about. Once again, because the price is lower, the T-shares are lower. That means you can pick up more T-shares, and we've seen T-shares come out, meaning that if you're staking, you're in a much stronger position with less T-shares. But of course, we want to grow, so we want more T-shares. It's kind of that double-sided thing. Return on investment multiplier from the 5th of January 2020 is 4,236. So definitely, that's the good increase there. The payout per T-share. Look at this. Hex payout per T-share, 6 hex. I mean, it's just incredible. Look at all that. This last 5 days in a row, it's just been spectacular yield returns on that. Nice. And remember, staking's about the long game, so these payouts are amazing. T-share price of 4,774. Once again, a couple people asking about T-shares. Well, here it's much cheaper to get. So 4,774 is much cheaper than we had back here, 6,681. So definitely a good way of dollar cost averaging into your TCA position. The share rate is up at 19,964, creeping towards 20,000 at the beginning of this year. So it's going to happen, I'm sure, in the next little wee while. Increase in T-share rate, 6.5 for the day. Average stake length is 6.04 years. Obviously, with the last big stake candle coming out in the short term, this is getting longer. So nice. Annual percentage yield rate, interest and early in-stake penalties, 38.29%. The spectacular returns, really is great. Liquidity in the pool, obviously with the price reducing, 130 million in there, and of course that's still not a lot if you see some big buyers start to come in 2022, which I'm seeing as massive. Liquidity pool, 30.3 million USDC in the pool, still looking pretty solid, and liquidity in the pool, 1,351. So look at the valuations, 14.5 billion locked, 137.86 billion market cap, including the origin accounts. T-share market cap is 50.71 billion, and the number T-shares down 17,794. This was our last big candle. We're going to check that out shortly. 10,621,711 T-shares. If you've got T-shares, folks, you're sitting really pretty. And remember, the T-share rate is definitely cheaper today by quite a bit than it was the last couple of days. So a very cool position to be in the T-shares. I keep saying it, but once again, a lot of people, if you don't want to get T-shares, you're going to miss the boat on that long play. Total supply is 630. Let's have a look at the market supply there. 637.4 billion total supply, up 55.72. So a pretty big minted day today. Not surprising given the stakes and stuff. Circulating supply 576.5. Up 142.9. So this is all the circulating supply. Some of this has been selling down, but also some other stuff that's already unstaked is sell down as well. But some of these unstakes are actually increasing circulating supply, and some of it is getting sacrificed. So we're getting a bit of a mixed bag, but unfortunately, just a couple of big accounts selling down the price there. Some of the Hex OGs. So just the way it's going to go. Looks pretty similar to a PulseChain sacrifice at the moment. So we're going to talk more about that later. So stake supply. 61 billion, and that's down 87 million. And the GA up 151 million on the good accounting at the moment. So that's a pretty big move, up to 1.2 billion sitting in good accounting. Let's have a look at stake percentage of coins, 9.56, so very low indeed. Wow, 9.56 now. Remember, inflation is 3.69%, but don't forget that the origin account originally had about 13% staked. So let's say, I don't know, argument's sake, 11%, something like that. Then that's actually eating up some of their 3.69% inflation, and we won't see that hit the market. And of course, the stake percentage is now down 9.56%. So if you're staked, man, you're sitting in a really good position as well. So nice. Payout 63.9 3.9 million Hex paid to stakers, penalties 858,000. Now, total holders is 403,000 and up 586. Still another good day in the office. Stakers is down 11. That's the first negative day we've seen on this column. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Down 11 on stakers. So get out there and stakes vote. The T-shares is nice and cheap. Once again, the sacrifice is making some of the smaller, I think, smaller, medium retail ones unstake early. So we're getting a few of these penalties in here as well. Totals change in total stakes 175, and the current holders are down 383. We haven't seen negative figures. This is amazing, but this is the way it is at the moment. I expect that to stop happening from probably today onwards, is my expectation. Let's have a look at the price at the moment. Price is at 23.5 cents just after close. It started to drop a little bit. And of course, what a volatile day. We've had 3 big sell-offs. This got kicked off by Hex OGs selling down, and no doubt this candle is also including people Hex OGs selling down. We had all these big stakes coming out, and we're getting a whole mixture of behavior, but it's basically sent the price down. More sellers than buyers. And we're at 23.5 cents at the moment. We are hitting long-term support with the long angle there, so long-term support on the linear scale, and we're hitting the 200 moving average, daily average at 23 cents, and we bounced just spiked below that and bounced out of it. Low for the day 22.5 cents. So let's see how we go. As bottom in here, it's quite a nice support here. There's not really a lot of other structural support left in the chart. This general area is, down at 21.5, something like that. So we'll see whether we can hold this sort of 21.5 cent mark at the moment. But we're certainly in this support with the longer term support line, and the 200-day moving average kind of giving us support there at the moment. So it'd be nice to see a little bounce out of that. But of course, we have the last big candle just come out. Will they sell down? If they do, they could drop us down to 18, 19 cents and break all this long-term support, and then we'd need a bit of a reprieve to start climbing back up. So we just got to take that into account. Now, we have had a lot of these big formations where we have the big price moves down, and then we get a bit of a move up, sells down, and then it's off to the races after that. Now, I've got these 2 yellow lines. This is the 10,000 points per $1 for the sacrifice. So we've got a few days. Some people, will we get a nice rally after these stakes come out, get a couple of days reprieve, find out what they actually are going to do? They're going to sell or whatever they're going to do. Are they going to hold? Are they going to stake again? Stuff like that. And then, of course, we've got the sacrifice here later. We're going to get a bit of a price increase on 7th, 8th, and 9th, something like that, before the points go up. We're going to see that would be different from PulseChain sacrifice, but once again, we get a couple of days reprieve after the big stakes come out, and let's see what happens. That's pretty much where we're at the moment. So pretty important stuff. 23 cents. We've just got some more sold down. We could get some selling down here, and like I say, our next support line is around about the about 19 cents. So we'll see how we get on. We really need to hold this, but like I say, we've got a lot of stakes coming out. All right, very uncertain phase at this stage. Let's jump over to the amount of the current price, around 23 cents. T-shares 4,600. Liquidity is shifted in favor of Ethereum. We're now down to 84.8. And so that's probably down 1 or 2 percentage points on the USD volume. Our T-share price is moving down a bit, obviously with the Hex price being dramatically pulled down, and of course the T-share rate is continuing to slowly move up to the right, but doesn't offset the big sharp movements in the Hex price on the T-share. So that's the way it goes. Adoption a bit halted for the moment, but I expect that to continue from today onwards. Nice. We definitely had some good wallet growth on that today, again over 500. All right, so daily payouts are fantastic. If you've got those T-shares and apparently you're in a smaller class, almost 9.5% people staked, then that means that you're earning that and you're playing the long game. The long game's going to be out the short game for sure, unless of course you're a Hex OG, and they're slowly moving out. If they're cashing out, they're slowly moving out. It's getting spread to more people. Let's have a look at the 15-year global staking coming out. We're going to look at this front end, of course. This is the most important thing we've been looking at lately. Let's do a refresh of this. Hopefully it's not going to ruin my chart, and this hopefully will update now. Just going to refresh this. Hopefully it will keep my time that I had on it. Notes, I have to just make sure customize the range there. We're going to go up and make that now. Cool, and we're going to go show dates and make that months. And we're going to do 6 months this time. Actually, we'll just do 5 months. 5 months is perfectly fine. So we're going to do 5 months, bam, and there we are. We got rid of the big candle, which is $500 million hex. Now we're into more modest candles now. We've still got some short staking. We're going to check out the whale bot. That's popped up some short staking here at 594, and that's on the 9th of January, no doubt. So just before the sacrifice pays. And of course, are they going to sacrifice or are they going to sell? Are they going to sell on that day if they see a price rise? Is that what they're playing there? That's good. The two options. This has just popped up the stake. Other than that, we're moving into smaller ones. We've got a couple other stakes that are sort of popping up, and that's what we expect to see. We expect to see this start to break up over time, and that's the most important thing. And of course, we already talked about this stake already happening. So these weren't here before, and so now we're getting, but we're starting to break up at different periods. And of course, this candle was our original candle that's been out there for $1 billion, 9th of May. So we actually still got a lot of room and starting to see these big stakes starting to break up as time goes on. So that's the long game. That's why staking is so important. Let's jump over to the whale bot, see what's been happening. 18 million stake for 1 day. So what I mean is the sort of gamification we're getting on. Another 18 million stake there. That's a lot. So cool. Haven't we got the 1 billion, 1 million hex just bought. That was 24 hours ago. 3.6 million bought 24 hours ago. 1.2 million sold 23 hours ago. 18 million matured after 3 months. 21 million hex in staked after 40 days. That's why we're seeing all those volumes. This is pretty amazing at the moment. These high numbers in the whale bot. 27.6 million stake for 7 days is what I'm talking about. Coming back into here, so we're getting these stakes here like this coming up from the whale bot. So we get to see these addresses of who they are, and of course 10 million hex matured after 99 days. 1.9 million sold 16 hours ago. 3.8 million sold 16 hours ago. 7.8 million sold 16 hours ago. So there's all these big sales we're talking about, and 10 million hex matured after 44 days. 11.8 million after 57 days. So this is all the big stuff at the moment, and you're wondering why the price is struggling at the moment. This is because of all this volume coming out at the moment, which we knew was coming, but we don't know what they're gonna do with it, right? That's the thing. 1.3 million hex just bought 14 hours ago, and 11 million matured after 88 days. 54 million hex in staked after 152 days. 1.7 million just sold 12 hours ago. 2.5 million sold 12 hours ago. 1.2 million hex bought 12 hours ago. It's nice to see that. 230,000 hex early in stake, so maybe they sacrificed that. So yeah, what's that? Just under halfway. That's part of our penalty that we got today, and about a third of it actually, or fourth, 40%, and 4 million hex sacrifice. So that was pretty nice. It was 9 hours ago. 11.7 million hex just in staked up to 391 days. Cool. And 3.2 million hex sacrificed. Nice to see that. And $13 million staked for 14 days. So it's back at once again back to 14 days. So that's kind of in here somewhere. And nice to see that. So it'll be about the 16th, wouldn't it? So these candles here look like they're popping up at the whale bot, and 10 million just in staked 33 days. That's rolling on monthly. 10 million sacrifice, nice, and 1.6 million just sold 26 minutes ago. So that was driving our price down to 23 cents. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look at the I'm not sure what that account there was. That's a bit weird. Let's have a look at the PulseChain, and PulseChain here. So this is live at the moment. So we've jumped off from Hex to PulseChain, and that's going pretty cool. We can't wait for PulseChain to launch, and it looks like it's going to be early March or mid-March by the time we get there. The PulseChain GitLab is ticking away. Have we got any updates from the devs? 2 hours ago, we got a testnet update in there somewhere. So something happened up there and there. The PulseChain testnet 2.0 is just ticking along. 3-second blocks looking really good, and 148,000, almost 150,000 transactions on there. Nice. So keep testing, fellows. The validators is the main thing tested. Let's jump over to PulseX at the moment. Let's refresh this, and of course, this is just on the Ethereum chain. So it's 243 million. So we're probably around about 250 million at the moment if we include Bitcoin and other stuff like that. And of course, looking amazing. Hex 145 million, ETH 64 million, USDC coin 20 million, Tether 6 million, and Bitcoin 2.1 million, followed by DAI at 2 million. So pretty cool top 6 there. Let's jump over to the pulse.x.info. If you want to sacrifice, this is the official DApp to sacrifice through. Just follow the instructions very carefully as well. Read everything and follow it very carefully. PulseX.info, all the links in the video description. Let's jump over to PulseXleads.com. This is a fantastic site by Systems 10. So very cool, and a theme designed by Barnes Design. So nice. If you want to donate to them, donate on the donate button. They're awesome. And let's do a refresh of this. And of course, this is the big news. The Hex God Whale has sacrificed and pushed these total sacrifice up to about 250 million. And I'm adding on, of course, non-Ethereum stuff onto that balance at the top there. Here's the Hex God Whale OXAF 39C5. 29,252,000. Very, very cool. And of course, you can see on PulseLead there, they sacrificed Ethereum, not Hex, by the way, Ethereum, and that's pretty cool. So welcome, Hex God Whale. And let's jump over to the old PulseChain one, and you can see that the Hex God Whale was sitting at number 2 for the PulseChain sacrifice, and now they're sitting at number 1 with a massive 29 million. So they've even got another 10 million higher than what they did for PulseChain. Interesting. So welcome to Hex God Whale. And here's the Hex God Whale's address. You can see the transfer was done about an hour ago. And it was using Ethereum, and of course they haven't really purchased any Hex for about 160 days, so they're still sitting on 188 million Hex there, $46 million, and most are still sitting on about 214 million Ethereum just in this account alone. So very impressive. All right, let's jump over to Richard Hart and check out what's happening there. And I think he's got a couple of updates really around the sacrifice. So nice. And what have we got going on here? Let me just jump over here. So 18 hours ago, how do you measure what cryptocurrency actually has the most adoption? Some PulseX sacrifice so far. Bitcoin 2.89 million, so you could add that onto a thing. Bitcoin, Monero, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum. So very, very cool to see those. And then of course you gave another update 18 hours ago with some with all the others, Stellar, Ripple, etc. Cool to see that, and other coins. Nice. And then congratulations, Cardano, cool adoption. And there's a couple of airdrops here, so you can kind of qualify for those if you do qualify on OpenSea, and of course on GasDAO. You can check that out as well. So cool airdrops there. And that was it from Richard. Let's quick look at the time frame at the moment. So we're currently just ticking along here, and the price is at 23 cents. So we're going to have to get rid of our rockets now under 28 cents, and we're going to bring our airplane in instead. So we've got the airplane still in a bullish place, but definitely down at 23 cents is off from that 35. So here's our plane. At the moment, we are flying. Once we get back over the 28 cents, we'll look at putting our rocket back. We're currently on PulseChain testnet 2.0 doing validated testing. We're currently in the PulseX sacrifice. And of course, we may get a chance of getting a price reprieve before the 9th of January ends. We're watching whether that happens or not. Very, very cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Subscribe, share, hit the bell, and look forward to your comments. And I will catch you in the live stream later today as we celebrate day 3 results and talk a lot more about price and other stuff like that. All right, hope you enjoyed that one, and catch you later. Bye for now.